Hello, and welcome back to Yi Jing. This time, Episode 2, Boxed In, Director's Cut. I am Rok, the director of Episode 2, and like in the previous edition, me and Fifi will be talking a bit more in depth about this episode, from the development of the ideas to the stories behind the songs. And this time, our DOP and lighting person Alexander will be joining us too. So let's begin. As a creative director of Season 1, I wanted to remind people what happened in the previous episode before the new one started, as the following episodes do connect and tell an underlying visual story. Our great music producer Basic created us this short music piece from the music that was in Episode 1 that helped me to create a visual combo reminding people of what happened, and thus lead into the next episode. With every episode, as creatives, we try to find new ways to present the show visually, and Episode 2 definitely came with some new challenges and bigger physical parts, compared to Episode 1, where we just used 2 projectors to create moving visuals behind and on Fifi. This time, I've designed a set that we've built together with the team. The goal was to have a flexible frame that would allow to create different looks and feels for every song. And actually was quite a simple solution of creating a cube frame out of PVC pipes to which we fixed a metal mesh from which we hung different decorations. And with Matt's help and lighting, it brought the set to life and emphasized Fifi's performances. Here is Matt talking more about it.
So it was very early on in the process when we decided we wanted to use tube lights as a way to light this cube-like set. The lights that we chose were ideal as they're incredibly versatile. It allowed us to program them to suit the mood of each song. So, for example, in Another Me, the lighting is very slow and gentle, but in Forbidden Desire, we chose to have some strobing to match the energy of the song. The lights definitely helped to enhance the mood of the songs. I tried to get a feel of a nightclub or concert for Forbidden Desire, as it gets you in that party spirit. But for the slower songs like Bu Bien, we decided to go with warmer colours as it felt more comforting. With Happiness, we tried to fuse the two together as it's quite a relaxing song at first, but then it picks up some energy along the way. A problem that we encountered was the lights were much heavier than we were expecting, and the structure wasn't quite as strong either. This meant we couldn't execute some of our original ideas of hanging the tubes from the structure or laying them across the top, but we managed to find ways around it by putting the lights on taller stands and placing them carefully within the box. Another great thing about these lights is that we could change how they performed mid-song. So whenever the song changed its pace, we would manually select a new pre-made effect. This was quite difficult as it needed to be precise with the timing of when I selected the new effect. They also work really great as practical lights, which means we didn't have to hide them and we can integrate them into the set. And it makes the overall experience much more dynamic and intriguing.
It has been probably the most serious lighting I've got on set, comparing to all the previous music videos I've ever done, because all we've done here is music video quality, if not higher, with these really serious setups.
This time as well, we had more space to move around and introduced a third camera that was moving, providing more varied visual experience and sense of scale of the show.
When I wanted to do this performance per episode, I really want to put a lot of exclusive stuff that people don't get to hear elsewhere. And I think I've done that with this set, because there are some new singles. Another Me is one of my most favorite songs I've got for this upcoming album. In recent years, I would say, when I wrote and recorded the Chinese version of this song only a few weeks ago, I realized how happy I am with this creation, once I'm more detached from the song, from the creation itself. So I get quite emotional singing this song, and I put the Chinese part as the ending part of the Chinese version of this to kind of spice it up, to tell people I've got a double album. I've got 2 versions of each song coming. So yeah, be sure to look out for the Chinese version of this song coming later this year.
No matter what it takes,
I was the creator of the official music video for Another Me that was released back in February 2021. And the video had strong floral elements, and it was something that I wanted to bring back into the live performances set as well. The softness of the song was something that asked for light and seemingly weightless props that surround Fifi and her element. The set was combined with the following song, Bubien, because it maintained the similar emotional power that fitted this type of floral set, but the change was achieved through the lighting.
you won't find another me, another me.
The next song, one of my favorite song from my teenage years, when I used to sing a lot of Fei Wang song. Fei Wang is a Hong Kong superstar born in Beijing and became a superstar in Hong Kong. But that was my first step as a child to step into and then starting to find out Western music. My early years heavily influenced by Fei Wang's music, and this song is called Bu Bian. I got Basic, the producer that we're collaborating with. Mostly they're my music, my production, but with this one I asked him to recreate this very old song into something current, so he did that perfectly. When you sing something from your childhood, it's just in the blood. I don't even need to rehearse or revise. It's just always growing in the part of me that's always gonna be there. This is something that I used to sing when I was 10. Sometimes during live shows I would say, do you know what, like 20 years later I'm still doing the same thing. Forbidden Desire definitely is one of those most requested songs on the poll that we got from in our little community. And Rok liked this song. I didn't know until I put this on the set list. Sometimes it takes a bit of distance and detachment from the initial creativity and a time in my life that I created this, and it's something that I wouldn't do it again. These songs are a bit of a classic just because I don't go there in my life anymore, just as in a few years time I wouldn't come to this album right now anymore. I do really see the beauty of visiting different places in life and documenting this with musicality, with words, with singing, and then now going back to certain places to visit these songs at different times of my life. The beauty of what we are doing here to present them in the current state of delivery.
Here I come to your surprise.
Like Fifi mentioned, I really like the song and was so excited when I found out that it will be part of this episode. When coming up with the idea for the set for Forbidden Desire, for some reason I had a feeling that it needed to look quite contemporary and minimal as a strong juxtaposition compared to the 2 previous songs. Because this is a more up-tempo song, I wanted to play around with the camera movements and get close to Fifi as she was performing. It was almost like a dance, creating this direct connection to the viewer through the camera. And due to the set being quite empty compared to the previous one, I had an idea to experiment with various overlays and post-production. So during the filming, I asked Fifi to strike some poses to the beat of the song, which helped me to emphasize the power of this mysterious and seductive song.
Happiness is actually a Chinese songs that I wrote initially for the upcoming Chinese album, but I kind of like put those 15 songs on hold and went on to do the English album. And then now my double album, the Chinese one, are using the same melody, same concept, but written in Chinese of the same songs. This happiness song is a part of the the original intended Chinese album. The title is called 选择幸福, to be content. That's what the song is about. And basically the song is still in demo stage, but I wanted to share with you guys before it becomes the final version. I think for life is good. And also when I was designing the set, this song just wouldn't leave me alone. It just kept playing in my head. I have other like 200 choices, but it just didn't want me to leave it alone, so I had to add this one. I have no other reasons why I'm bringing a song of this nature, of this unfinished stage to the stage. It's just there's no reason for that. It shows what's inside me, and also I put some Western operatic singing in the live set as well. The song allows me to express myself in terms of vocal delivery styles and versatility. And it also goes back to my initial intention, how I want to bring the songs that's not available anywhere else. This makes the show even more exclusive and special.
Happiness was again one of those songs that I couldn't lyrically understand, so I had to go with my gut feeling and emotions in terms of the set design. Since the first time I heard the songs for the whole episode, I envisioned Fifi getting more and more constrained and trapped in. Happiness is the song where we start seeing this moment. We use suspended red ribbons as the main prop for the song. The vertical element of ribbons provide this visual representation of bars that at some points can look quite solid. But as the song progressed, the idea was for Fifi to get more and more entangled in them, raising the feeling of getting trapped and enclosed. Together with the pulsating and flashing lighting, we were able to get these visuals from calm and static to intense and almost chaotic moments.
Love yourself first, love yourself first.
So Love Yourself First is one of the last song I completed writing on the album. It's the last song, it's the 11th the song because I couldn't find the best chorus for the song. I've got all the bridge idea, verse idea for ages, and every time I try to write a chorus, it didn't seem right. So I tried and tried. 2020, January to February, that's when I ended up writing the chorus in Chinese. Some industry people told me that you shouldn't be writing the hook in Chinese so other people can't sing along to it. But it actually ended up working quite well because my song isn't really the sing-along type of pop songs. Interestingly, last song to finish, but one of the first songs to release. And it's still one of the best songs from my collaborators and artists. To perform this song, it has always been really expressive. There's no way, I'm really glad that I can use both languages to express myself, because the way I express in Chinese for the chorus, there's just no way I can find the equivalent in English, and it works the other way around as well. Sometimes no Chinese that can express the way that English words are rolling off the tongue is just not possible. A lot of things that's really beautiful in this English language.
Love Yourself First for me felt like the culminating song of the episode. This was the point where I wanted to represent Fifi being completely tied up, to present her fighting and escaping from the conceptual chains. With the help of our amazing production assistant Ruji, we used the same ribbons to wrap around Fifi and connected them to her arms that were fixed to the frame of the set. During the filming day on the set with the team, we felt that the set for Love Yourself First was missing something, that it needed something more. So we looked around and found a piece of red mesh material that Fifi had. So we decided just to use it and place it in front of her. And to our surprise, this really simple solution gave us some amazing lighting results. Due to the mesh and its creases, the lighting was reflected on it and gave us some incredible takes of this performance. Me and the whole team cannot be happier how the performance and the visuals for the song came out. And for me, this is the song and the performance of episode 2.
Falling is one live track that has been requested a lot when I do live shows. That is a song never been released, and this has a lot of value when people do buy tickets to see these things, because it's a song that initially was written by Tricky when I was collaborating with him. I kept this song in my live show. Always translates, always connects, not always my favorite thing to sing. And musically, this is a brand new, something that you have never heard elsewhere.
After Love Yourself First, the intense energy of the show comes down, so the set had to represent that too. But instead of creating a completely different set for the final song, I thought that a mashup of all of the sets would fit quite well. A full journey through the emotions leading back to one singular place almost represented the whole episode in one. However, as this was the ending of the episode, we couldn't just finish it with fading out. So the idea was to yet again surprise the viewers with a visual and audio twist and represent the title of the episode at the very end. Fifi's intense gaze at the camera almost gives an unnerving feeling, a feeling that something is about to happen, and as she recedes back, we leave you until she returns again in the next episode.
I swear with you.
Thank you for joining us in our Yi Jing journey, and we really hope you've enjoyed watching this director's cut of episode 2 as much as we enjoy creating this live series for you. We look forward to sharing our creativity with you again, and on behalf of Fifi and Yi Jing team, we thank you for your ongoing support.